been killed. But journalists, mainly unembedded reporters, like those at the Palestine Hotel, everyone knew where the Palestine Hotel was, and it was packed with hundreds of reporters who were packed in like sardines when the U.S. military shelled the hotel, killing a Ukrainian cameraman, killing a Spanish cameraman, and then there was Tariq Ayoub, who is the Palestinian-Jordanian reporter who had just come in from Jordan and was at his office at Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera had given the coordinates of the office repeatedly to the Pentagon, and maybe that was their first mistake.
We gave them the exact location in terms of longitude, latitude, the height of the building from the ground.
Because the Pentagon dropped a missile on the Al Jazeera offices and killed the 34-year-old journalist. His wife, wailing in Amman at the funeral, said, "Hate breeds hate." The U.S. said they were doing this to rout out terrorism. Who's engaged in terrorism now? Abu Dhabi TV, which was right next door, their competitor, the reporters were still broadcasting as the tanks surrounded them, and they knew that they had already bombed the Al Jazeera offices, pleaded with anyone to help save them as the tanks surrounded and shelled their offices. In this country, there has hardly been a peep from the establishment mainstream media objecting to what the U.S. military has done. Pentagon spokesperson Victoria Clark, who hails from Hill and Knowlton, right, she was in charge of the Washington office in the first Gulf War when that 15-year-old Kuwaiti girl gave that heart-rending testimony before the Human Rights Caucus about how she watched Iraqi soldiers drag Kuwaiti babies out of incubators. Turned out it was all a hoax. She was never there. She's the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador. Well, the Pentagon was very impressed, and she's now their spokesperson. The two Spanish journalists who died, Jose Cuso from Telecinco, he was a cameraman, and also the Spanish reporter who died, Julio Anguita Parado, reporter for Spanish newspaper El Mundo. When this happened, the Spanish reporters back in Spain said no. And they engaged in a one-day strike. When the Prime Minister of Spain came to the Spanish Parliament, they laid down the tools of their trade. They put down their cameras, their pens, and their pencils. They laid down the cables and the microphones, and they turned their backs and said shame, that they would not record the words of the powerful who have condoned these acts. And then they went outside hundreds of newspapers, and these were the elite journalists of Spain. And they stood outside the U.S. Embassy, they blocked the intersection, and they chanted, "Murderer, murderer." As the press in this country, unfortunately, people like Ann Garrels of NPR said that Tariq Ayoub should have known better than to be in his office. The Agence France-Presse reporter in New York was outraged as he listened to this report. They got calls from all over, "How dare you blame the victim?" And she, a reporter herself. And I watched on CNN as Aaron Brown asked General Wesley Clark why this happened, and he said, well, this was clearly a mistake. And Victoria Clark is put on saying, well, they should know that Baghdad is dangerous and they should not be there. I believe that's the role of reporters, to go to where the silence is, to bring us the voices of people who are at ground zero. Now, it's one thing if they were killed by others, but they were killed by Victoria Clark's own troops. And she never apologized. The Pentagon has yet to do that. And now 14 journalists are dead. It is a very strong message that is being sent to the world's reporters now that this embedding has become such a success. And that is, you're in bed with the military, or, well, think about the Palestine Hotel.
We so happy we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, and now's the time to legalize. Tell me brother, tell me true, what the hell we gonna do? Remember the days we saw purple haze. We so happy we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, and now's the time to legalize. Tell me brother, tell me true, what the hell we gonna do? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy we alive, we together can survive. Mother Nature, heaven sent, don't belong to government. Hey there sister, what's the plan? Do you really understand? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, now's the time to legalize. Half the world up in smoke, where on earth can we take the tug? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? Human nature, full and free, modifies reality. Open up, inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Open up, inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me?